The older sister saw her little brother sleeping alone. She quietly carried him to the edge of the pool. Without hesitation, she dangled him into the water. At that moment, I was collecting eggs in the chicken coop. My husband was engrossed in watching a soccer game nearby. We had no idea our child was facing a catastrophe. After finishing my egg gathering, suddenly, by the poolside, I saw their hands. They were gripping a tiny foot. In that instant, I shattered. I lunged toward the pool in one swift motion. I snatched the baby from their hands. I frantically patted his back until he finally wailed loudly. That cry made my tears flow freely. The older sister tried to explain. I slapped her across the face. My husband, hearing the commotion, finally snapped out of it, but he had no idea what had just happened. I hadn't even recovered yet. My husband was already burning with rage. He snatched the Bible from their hands. He slammed it hard onto the floor. Then, right in front of them, he poured gasoline over it. This brother and sister weren't biologically ours. They were albino siblings we adopted from a convent. On our wedding day a year ago, my wedding gown suddenly became drenched in bright red blood. I was rushed to the hospital. The doctor delivered the devastating news. The baby in my womb couldn't be saved. What was even more terrifying was that the damage from the premature birth meant I could never conceive again. In that moment, I completely broke down. For countless days and nights, I locked myself inside our home. I couldn't accept a life without children. My husband, heartbroken for me, took me to the orphanage. We intended to adopt a child. But the moment we stepped inside, I felt suffocated by the oppressive atmosphere. I pulled my husband, desperate to leave. Just then, a pair of white-haired siblings approached me. They cried, begging me to adopt them. Having lost my own child, my heart softened. I brought them home. But as soon as we reached the doorstep, the dog began barking furiously at them as if it had seen something terrifying. I didn't think much of it, assuming the dog was just reacting to strangers. My husband led the children inside. No one could have predicted that this was the beginning of a nightmare. That night, I discovered crosses nailed onto every door. I thought it was simply their religious practice. But during a pillow fight with them, the light suddenly went out. The next instant, a pillowcase was forced over my head. I nearly suffocated. Fortunately, my husband burst in and saved my life. He made them apologize to me. But the moment they entered my room, the usually docile dog began raving madly. I tried to intervene and was bitten by the dog. After getting vaccinated, I never imagined they'd already resolved to kill the dog. That night, they donned eerie masks and pushed poison sausage into the dog bowl. The dog swallowed it without hesitation. Soon it collapsed unconscious. They dragged it behind the sofa together, pulled out a sharp knife. In the pitch black night, they brutally killed the dog.